The following segments are pre-recorded and sponsored by Longworth Productions.
Major funding for Triad Today comes from Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, making healthcare better for all. Fighting hunger on Triad Today. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Longworth and welcome to another edition of Triad Today, coming to you once again from the Kernersville Auto Museum. You got to see this place, it's great. We'll tell you about it more later, and later on is when the roundtable shows up too, so we'll have some fun with them. Where we want to start, not just with this segment, but for the next two segments, is talking about the problem with hunger. And we do that with three good friends of ours. On my immediate right, Griff Schuler is here. His partner on the far right, David Daggett. You see them all the time here from Daggett Schuler, attorneys at law, and our good friend Eric Aft in the middle, CEO of Second Harvest Food Bank in Northwest North Carolina. Good to see you, boys.
Yeah, thanks, Jim.
Eric, let me start with you for a minute or so. Remind everybody what the mission of the food bank is and what geographical area you cover.
Sure. We cover the Northwest North Carolina area, 18 counties from Boone to Burlington, Statesville to the Virginia line, helping to make sure that people have food on the table through a network of almost 500 partners.
How pervasive is the hunger situation in our area, and is it more of a problem now than, say, a year ago?
Yeah. You know, people may not realize the impact of hunger in our area and how much it exists among children, seniors, veterans, and people with disabilities. In October, we saw our highest month that we've ever had in the history of the food bank. Our network served over 89,500 individuals who needed assistance.
A lot of them kids.
It is. About 40% of the individuals that we serve are kids. And it's important, whenever you throw out statistics, to remember it is kids, it's the seniors, it's the people we see in the grocery stores that go to school with our kids. These are our neighbors who face this challenge.
How did the government shutdown impact your mission, and what measures, if any, did you take to deal with it?
Yeah, it was tremendous impact on our neighbors. The uncertainty that whole situation caused for all of us, but those who are on SNAP benefits, which in our region, that's almost 300,000 individuals. What we saw is a huge spike in the number of people seeking assistance. In a very short 3-day period that we measured, we saw an increase of 25% of individuals seeking assistance.
That's amazing. David, how long have you and Griff and your team been involved with helping the food bank, and in what ways?
It's interesting. I was over at the food bank yesterday and got asked that same question, and my answer was, I think forever. It's been a long time that we've been involved and been supportive. One of the things that we did this year is took our 11 lawyers over and worked for half a day in the kitchen, and we were I was a parsley chopper, and quite frankly, I thought I was pretty good at it. Although we got into a parsley chopping competition, but we worked there for a whole morning, packing frozen lunches, sealed them up, ready to go out for delivery. It was quite a lot of work, but it was extremely impactful because you actually saw the quantity, the volume, the need, the nutritional support that went into each and every meal. And so you hear about the food bank, but you see the food bank. When you're there working in the food bank, it hits you just a little bit deeper and differently than it's ever hit before.
Right. Well, Griff, there's so many worthy causes to support out there. Why is this so high on your list?
Well, I think, the wonderful thing about the food bank is they meet people where they're at. So Eric talked about the increase in the need during the shutdown, and they met that need where people are at. I think it's unbelievable the number of people that come for help for the food bank that just need it for one time. And they meet that need. But in addition to that, they go so deep into our community by really trying to get to the sources of food insecurity. And I think that's one of the things David and I have always kind of talked about the food bank, is their ability to meet people that are in need where they're at and make a real difference in people's lives, both when they need it short term, but also they're working so hard on working to getting to the source of the food insecurity.
Absolutely, and that's a good point. I want to put something up on screen. First is Second Harvest, NWNC.org. Please check that out, and we'll do that again later. DaggettSchulerLaw.com, 724-1234. We're going to continue this discussion right after this.
Why can no one help me?
Waiting
This is
is
a
the
nightmare.
worst. Healthcare is broken.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, we get it.
Really?
Really. That's why we're making healthcare better for all. Starting with you. Yes, you, Daryl. We're making plans easier to navigate by putting your benefits, prescriptions, and details all in one place. Convinced?
No. But it's a start.
We'll take it. Blue Cross North Carolina. Making healthcare better for all. Starting with you.
Back now on Triad Today as we continue our discussion about hunger in our area with, of course, Griff Schuler, David Daggett from Daggett Schuler, Eric Aff, CEO of the Food Bank. And we pick back up, Eric, in the last segment we talked about how you guys at the Food Bank help folks in times of crisis, but just day in and day out, there are a lot of services that you offer.
Absolutely. You know, I think as Griff alluded to, is we try to look at the root cause as well. So our culinary training program that we provide has graduated over 1,000 individuals. And so when folks are out eating in the community, is probably one of our graduates is assisting them back in the kitchen. And, you know, it's about a career path and not just job training. But also we look at, you know, David referenced our focus on nutrition. So nutrition education is a key for us. And that is an investment in the long-term health of our community, especially working with our kids and our seniors.
Staying on the kids theme, David, you and Griff and your team have been so active in doing programs and events and things for kids, backpack programs and other things. Sort of tie that into how your support at Daggett Schuler, your support for kids, and how does that tie in with the mission of the Food Bank?
Sure. It's really pretty staggering that our area is one of the worst in the United States for food insufficiency for students and children.
Yeah.
It's staggering. And it makes you want to help. You see that. As you know, I'm a volunteer wrestling coach at high school, and I see students that don't have food for the weekends. And it's hard for a lot of us to imagine this, but it is real. It's in our community, and the food bank realizes that and does something about it. One of the statistics that Eric mentioned earlier, and this actually shocked me from his presentation earlier this week, was that since we came out of COVID, everybody thought food insufficiency was going to peak during COVID and then come back down and everything was suddenly going to get better.
Right.
Their numbers have actually doubled over those 2 to 3 years since COVID. And it's a real thing every day that our young people are struggling with.
Right, and Griff, to pick up on what David's saying, why is it so important for businesses like yours and the community to get involved?
Well, obviously, I think we have a duty to give back. And so that's something that is in our DNA at Daggett Schuler. So you need to give back. But I think specifically for Second Harvest Food Bank, David mentioned our attorney time over there and being able to volunteer there. And I got to tell you, what I was blown away by is how much the individuals that work at Second Harvest Food Bank, how much they care. It came through in everything they do. They know their purpose. They know why they're doing what they're doing, and they really care about others, and they want to make their community better. And I was frankly just blown away by the folks that work at Second Harvest Food Bank and how much they knew their purpose and how engaged they were.
Well, they have a good guy at the top helping them with that. Eric, just a couple seconds left. One thing, Eric, I wanted to get you to mention, and that is what can folks in the community do? I know people know about, hey, I can get some canned food and drop it off here or there. What can we do?
Yeah, really learning from the example that these guys and their firm provide, and so many do in the community. It's about donating so that we can purchase more food right now, volunteering, and then advocating for good food policy that supports community.
Very quickly, David, I think you have something you wanted to announce. Eric?
Yeah, so two things. We have a food drive at our office that's been very successful this year. They're picking up on Friday at 2 o'clock. And then also, we have a check for Second Harvest right there. And we appreciate all you do and the ongoing support. And we encourage members of our community, let's wrap our arms around the needs of our community and all help where we can.
Absolutely. Up on screen, Second Harvest, NWNC.org. You can go there and find out all sorts of information. DaggettSchulerLaw.com should you need these guys and their help. 724-1234. To all three of you for what you do, I want to thank you too. And I mean that sincerely. A great job for the community. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Jim.
We'll be right back after this. Hi, I'm Jim Longworth, reminding you that Triad Today also airs on GTN Spectrum Channel 13 and streams on WFMY Plus, free on Roku and Amazon Fire. Back now on Triad Today, and our guest right now is someone you've seen many times on the show before, the Honorable Danny Rogers, Sheriff of Guilford County, now in his second term of office, and we welcome you back to the show.
Thank you, thank you.
You're always, when you come on the show or you send some of your staff, some of the officers, we talk about things, information that people need to sort of protect themselves, that kind of thing. Yes. Now, I wanted to do something the sheriff reluctantly agreed because I wanted to just spend a few minutes to let people know more about you. And I think they should know more about their elected officials and the sheriff. First up, let's just remind people, where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in the city of High Point, at the High Point Memorial Hospital back in the old days.
Yeah.
Went to school, Southwest Guilford High School is where I graduated from.
Right. Now, the number of years, how many years have you been serving in law enforcement in general?
I started out in '85, and then came out in 94, I believe it was, and then I came back in. So altogether, about 15 years.
And that's both in High Point, Force?
I started out with the sheriff's office as a detention officer.
Right.
Then I went to High Point Police Department to school and became a sworn law enforcement officer.
That's right, in High Point.
In High Point. And then I came back to the sheriff's office as a Master Deputy 3. Right. So I was there for about 3 years and 8 months.
And then elected sheriff. All right, now the reason I'm getting at that is because I think this is an important point. You know, there's a lot of pressure and stress in your job, I know that. But the fact that you've got the experience of serving both in High Point and Guilford. Most counties have one big city, one detention center, one courthouse. Yes. You've got double all this stuff to worry about. Is it put more pressure on you, or is it good that you've had that experience in both cities?
Well, the experience it helps. But the true method of it, or the strategy to it, is the team that works with you. You have great people that's in place to help you manage and oversee the organization.
Yeah. Now, do you think, just get your opinion on this, do you think that your office and the public are working together pretty well to enhance public safety in Guilford County? Are things working pretty well?
I think so. My mission is always to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the community. And the only way to be able to do that is to be active in your community. And that's what we've done. And the community has been very good to us, keeping us informed about what's going on. They see something that's wrong, they call us.
Right.
You know.
Now, what would you say is the most, we didn't rehearse any of this, I'm just curious about this. What would you say is the most challenging part of your job? What's the toughest part or the most challenging part of being sheriff?
It's bringing a balance, but dealing with the human race, dealing with people. Because you have to learn how to understand and listen to them on many different walks of life. People coming for you, or coming from different areas and different cultures, different communities. I mean, just so much. But it's good because you get a chance to learn on a daily basis.
Yeah, and I imagine too, you know, when you and your team are dealing with us regular folks, it's not necessarily a good time for us. In other words, we're in a crisis where we got a problem or something like that. So that's important to know that you're having that kind of interaction. I guess the flip side question to that is, what would you say is the most gratifying thing about being sheriff in Guilford County? What's gratifying to you? What do you get out of it personally?
The love from the people, or loving other people. I enjoy my job, but I love the community. I love the people. And getting the chance to get out and meet with them, find out what's going on. I mean, it's not a better thing to do.
Yeah, and it shows. And of course, you're of the community. You know, grew up here, went to school here,
yes,
and served in both cities and throughout the county. I just appreciate what you're doing. It's a great job. I want to put something up on the screen. General website you can go to is gcsonc.com. gcsonc.com. That will take you to the Guilford County Sheriff's Office. And I know you didn't want to sit here and talk about yourself, and I made you do it, but I wanted people to know more about you, and I appreciate you doing that and all the things that you're doing for the county.
Thank you so very much.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
I got free meals. What do you mean? No, seriously, how much did you pay us? I didn't pay anything. I learned how to cook all of these fresh foods that were delivered to my house. Everything in that grocery bag that's fresh, I had a recipe for it, and I know how to cook. It encouraged us to eat better, to shop better, make better decisions.
North Carolina's economy is growing, bringing new businesses and opportunities. The need for electricity is growing too. At Duke Energy, we're meeting the challenge, providing even more electricity that's cleaner, reliable, and that stays affordable. We're getting out of coal and reinvesting in our communities with a diverse, balanced mix of energy sources and making targeted upgrades to the grid so that North Carolina can thrive in a smarter energy future.
Boarding zone 3.
Back now on Triad Today. So excited to welcome this first-time guest to the show, and always glad when we can spotlight folks from Alamance Community College. With me right now, Gilbert Umberger. He's the coordinator of student life and engagement at Alamance Community College. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
By way of Victorville, California, and Durham, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
So you got a little Roy Rogers in you, some ACC stuff and everything.
Correct.
All right. Now, I usually don't read out things like this, but you know, you sent me an email to remind me that the mission of the college is to enhance the student experience. Okay, I wanted to read that as a startup because my question is, what does that mean, or what should that mean to everybody, and what do you do to support that mission?
So what I do to support that mission is, you know, we want students to be successful. We want them to achieve what their goals are. Dr. Dallas Herring once said that, you know, the mission of the North Carolina Community College system is to take students where they are and take them as far as they want to go. And I think that that's what we do at ACC. That's what I do in my role, you know, by providing students experiences outside of the classroom. You know, they're there to get an education, but we also want them to engage outside of the classroom and experience those things outside.
Yeah, you know, Gilbert,
classroom.
one of the cliche things we've heard all our life is, you know, the young people are the leaders of tomorrow.
Correct.
But now let's get serious about that. What do you do? How do you encourage leadership development?
Well, the way I encourage leadership development is, you know, we provide activities. One of the where we start usually every year is our clubs and subs event, because, you know, clubs obviously need leaders, and so we provide them that platform to recruit leaders and, you know, get them engaged. And then my role is to support our advisors in helping to train those leaders, develop leadership skills, communication skills, networking skills by workshops and other activities.
Now let me circle back to something that you were touching on a minute ago, and I should have asked then, but how do you sort of get folks revved up about doing things in their community, not just on campus?
Not just on campus. Well, one of the things we're doing right now is our Food Line Hunger Challenge, and we've worked out in the community to make folks aware that, while we have community college students, they have the same needs as everybody else.
Yeah.
And we have a food pantry on campus where we provide students with that. But, we went to a food line one Saturday and stood outside the food line and basically, told people, hey, we're with ACC. We have a food pantry, and our students, have those needs too. So, help support us and help support our students.
Yeah, I think that's great. Now, also, when you mentioned activities a while ago, I want to ask you, are there things coming up the rest of the year or into early next year that you might want to plug or mention to people?
Yeah, one of the things, we're going to be in the Burlington Christmas Parade on the 22nd. And actually, one of the things we're going to do is, again, promote the food insecurity and food hunger. And another event that we always do is we wind down the semester. Students are stressed out. They are ready to get those final exams and papers done. So we're calling Sock It to Stress, and we're going to give students, they can pick out a pair of cool socks, just random socks with different characters and stuff like that, and other fun activities, therapy animals and hot chocolate, apple cider, holiday stuff.
And that's the fun stuff. But on the serious side, you're really turning these folks out to be ready to go work in some of these new industries and things that are in demand, and they're sort of ready for the workforce when they leave you, right?
Absolutely. I think one of the important things that employers are looking for when they look for our students are those soft skills. Can this person, talk to people? Can they communicate effectively with people? Can they network and, be friendly to customers and to the people that they're working with?
Absolutely. So. We didn't rehearse this, but we have a few seconds left. I'm just curious, what do you get out of doing your job? I mean, I know that people say, well, I go and I pick up a paycheck and all that. What do you get?
For me, it's seeing students when they come in and then when they leave, and the growth and how they've changed, how they've developed, how they've become better individuals, stronger individuals, better leaders. I'm passionate about what I do. I love what I do. It's not a job to me. I look forward to going to ACC every day because every day is different. No day is the same at ACC. And I love the people that I work with at ACC, my team and my student
Great
leaders.
group. Ken Engel, President Engel, great group out there. AlamantCC.edu is up on screen. That's the main website. Takes you to all sorts of portals. Gilbert, thanks for all you're doing to shape these young people.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
We'll be right back after this. Hi, I'm Jim Longworth, reminding you to catch my column Longworth at Large and Yes Weekly every week. It's available throughout the Triad, or you can go online, yesweekly.com. Major funding for Triad Today comes from Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina, making healthcare better for all. Back now on Triad Today, just about time for the roundtable, but a quick shout out and thanks to the good folks here at the Kernersville Auto Museum. You got to see this place. It's free to come in Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Please do it. And please stick with us here for a few minutes because we're going to do the roundtable. On my right, but always political left, Ogie Overman is with us. In the middle, we've held over David Daggett from a previous segment and Keith Granberry, founder of Helping Hands Consultants. Guys, President Trump wants banks to offer 50-year mortgages. He says this would lower monthly payments for first-time home buyers. Critics say it'll cost homeowners more money in the long run. Guys, quickly, do you think banks should offer 50-year mortgages?
That'll never fly, Jim. What an idiotic idea. It's just stupid.
David Daggett.
Well, as you know, I was an economics major, and I still like economics. Economic pieces in a society need to fit together. Where tariffs one day, tariffs off the next day, mortgages this day, they're not fitting together. This is not a good idea, and it does not fit within a framework of an economic plan.
Mr. Granberry.
I think we should try to get more people in houses. I think that's important.
Absolutely.
But I think there has to be some different way in which you can get applications can be accepted for folks who have less income.
So they don't end up paying more in the long run on
Exactly.
that. In an effort to encourage couples to get pregnant, the president, you remember, proposed to give one-time cash payment of $5,000 to new mothers. But proponents now say, well, he should also, if he's going to do that, he should extend paid maternity leave for both parents. Guys, are you okay for our tax dollars being spent to provide cash and extended paid leave for couples? Ogie.
You would think just law of averages, he would get a good idea one time. just one time. I think paid maternity leave is fine, but
Right.
not a cash bonus for having a kid. That's stupid.
All right, David.
I think I should be getting a government bonus for being an old father. I have put up with a lot.
That's right.
And I think I need that bonus.
Keith, paid maternity leave that the government would pay for taxpayers and the cash money to moms.
No. No. That's not going to fly economically. No, I think it's a great idea in terms of women having kids. But then, what if someone says, "Hey, this is how I'm going to live by having kids.
Yeah.
I'm going to get cash."
20 kids. Yeah.
That just doesn't make sense.
UNC is raising tuition by 3% for in-state students, 10% for out-of-state students. Now, guys, that means in-state students will pay about $7,000 per year in tuition. That doesn't count other things. While out-of-state students will pay nearly $50,000. I got two questions for you. One, are you okay with charging out-of-state students $48,000 more a year than in-state students? And two, should tuition be free for in-state students? Ogie Overman.
Well, it's always been as state-supported schools. Out-of-state kids have always had to pay a lot more. I know Davidson tried to get free tuition several years back, and I'd like to see if that could fly, but I'm skeptical.
David.
I think the tuition is fair. In fact, UNC is an elite school, and if you compare it to a private elite school, that tuition is still pretty reasonable for out-of-state people, so that's fine. Should there be free tuition for in-state? No, because I think you have to have some skin in the game to make it a successful program for the student.
Okay.
I think community colleges should be free. I think $48,000 is a lot for out-of-state. You still want people to come in so they can spend money on the economy. I think it should be lower, but I don't think it should be free for all students. No, I don't think.
All right, as Thanksgiving approaches, guys, I'd like to ask each of you quickly to tell us something you're thankful for. Ogie.
I can't even begin to tell you all the things, Jim. I've been thinking a lot about gratitude more than I'm grateful for Thanksgiving, turkey, all that, but grateful, that's a lot deeper. I'm grateful, even though I lost my life. I'm grateful that I had her for 40 years.
Yeah,
that's just
Janet was a good gal, and but you and her were blessed with a lot of friends. Talking about being grateful, David.
Yeah, I'm grateful for friends, family, health, even this guy.
Single me out.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, as we know from previous shows, we talked about, David, you're dealing with prostate cancer,
and it's going well, and I'm very grateful. Yes, thank you.
Keith, what are you grateful for?
Grateful for my family. My grandmother, of course, is 97. Will be 98 next month. Mother, family, all my, I'm just thankful for everyone that they're still here and breathing. I'm thankful for the community as well.
And this is our family right
Absolutely.
here. This is our family.
It really is.
All right, and finally, guys, scientists in California now say if you take a shower in the dark, you'll sleep better. Guys, do you ever shower in the dark, Ogie?
I don't. I just don't. I wouldn't think of
You
doing
do a lot of
that.
things in the dark.
Well,
but
yeah, but why would you do
Well,
that?
if I am either leaving real early or coming home late and need a shower, I have to take a shower in the dark. Because if I turn on the lights, my wife gets upset that I interrupt her sleep.
There you go.
So I just sneak around.
And you're grateful for your wife, so you don't want to wake her up.
And then I sleep well.
Yeah, Keith, you ever take a shower in the dark?
No, I've been working out, so I like the light on so I can see
Oh,
my dark spot.
there you go.
You can see those muscles.
See those muscles.
See those
I
muscles.
see those muscles.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have. Oh, except for this. Scientists in the Netherlands now say they've proven that mosquitoes prefer to bite people who smoke a lot of marijuana, which is good news for Ogie. For all of us here on Triad Today, I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.